I've been sitting out here enjoying the evening and thinking about everything that's been transpiring over the last few months with all the health scares and everything. And I'm struck by something in terms of the way we are in our country and the way we react to things, because it's not lost on me that America is one of the richest countries in the world. And yet we see what's going on in the supermarkets, and things are getting stripped bare off the shelves. And it seems like many of us revert to every man for himself. Um, and so I was thinking about this, and I got up uh, yesterday and went to the doctor because I had some problems with the pollen. Many of us do, with asthma and things like that. And so that and my age puts me in the category that's considered high risk. Uh, and so when I first went there yesterday to get treated and saw the people in the masks, I just had a moment of fear, and I thought, well, what if somebody coughs and I pick up this virus? And but I went on in and I went through the appointment, and I thought about that reaction. Um, and uh, I'm the kind of guy that I pray a good bit, and I get answers. Not always when I want to get them, but I do get them. And when I woke up this morning, very distinctly, the first thing that came to my mind was go and help uh, Ronnie. And Ronnie is this guy that I know. He's, when you live down in downtown Augusta, um, there's a very high population of homeless and working poor, lower middle class, and then you have some gentrification going on in some of the other neighborhoods around here. So you have that mix of people. But there are no supermarkets within about a probably 3.5 mile radius of Laney Walker Boulevard. So you have this very large population down there, many of whom have to ride a bicycle or walk or take the bus, and there's no supermarket. And so that was the first thing that hit my mind, because Ronnie was one of those guys, and I distinctly got the impression, go and get some groceries together and take him some groceries and give him some money too. And so I'm so fortunate because my wife and my daughter are on the exact same page that I am when it comes to um, taking care of people that you love, people that you're connected to, and even people that you don't have anything to do with. If God puts it on your mind, go take care of them. And so we got all this together, and I went by, and he said, "Oh man, you thought about me." And I said, "Yeah, God put you on my mind, Ronnie." And he said, "Man, it's good to know you're loved." And it is, isn't it? It is good to know that you're loved. And so and I gave him a little money too, because he can't. He rides a bicycle. He can't go get groceries. He's got some friends that help him. And Ronnie is one of these guys that's he's what I call a friend of God. He's got a sweet spirit, demeanor about him, and he's lived. He said he was a bad boy for a long time, but he had an interaction with God, and it just it changed him. And but I think I say all of that to say this: if you're thinking about somebody else's welfare, you stop worrying about your own. And to me, the essence of a poverty spirit is to say, even no matter how much money you have, no matter how many possessions or anything else, is to say, it's never enough. And there was a quote attributed to, and I may have this wrong because I'm not remember right around, but I think it was Getty or one of those guys. And on his deathbed, it was said, "How much is enough?" And his response was, "There's always $1 more." And I think in many ways that's kind of the defining spirit of our country. But I think God wants us to live differently. And there's something called, even if you're not a Christian, even if you don't go to church or you've never gone to church, there are certain things in nature, there are certain responses, there are certain actions and then reactions that are just kind of structured into the way that he set things up. Some people would call it karma. Jesus called it the law of reaping and sowing, and others call it the law of reciprocity. But for me, I don't want to give to get. I'm thankful because we've never lacked for anything. There have been times when it's been tough, but we've never lacked. God has always taken care of us. And my family, they are on the exact same page that I am with this. And I love being generous to people. And I love the delight on people's faces when they think, wait, there's somebody else that loves me out there. And if for no other reason, for a person that is a churchgoer Christian, think about this. People get their definition of God from the church. So what kind of picture are you giving to people of God? Because to me, the church should be outrageously generous because God has been generous with us. And so just give. Be kind to people. I guarantee you, if you just say a little prayer in the morning and say, God, show me a way that I can help some other person today, before this day is over, then he will show you a way that you can help somebody else. So I hope you find that helpful, and we'll talk again soon.